Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Coalition League's Summer Split, and today we're going to be looking here at the Demacian League. I'm Random Minion Caster, and this is week 2 here of the Coalition League's Summer Split. Now, one thing to note is that the Demacian League has been having some issues with the teams, and so while it is week 2, this will be the first glimpse we really get of the teams here in the Demacia division. Now, on the blue side for this match, we have DoV Chaos, sister team to DoV Nightfall in the Noxus League. Their top laners, SSJR, jungler Sonic Cabs. Their mid laner is Doifin Judas, and we'll abbreviate that to Judas from here on out to avoid confusion. While their ADC is going to be Dolphin Judas, who we'll abbreviate as Dolphin. So that'll be Judas in the mid lane, Dolphin as ADC, and Plagued Keeper as their support here. On the red side, Prismatic Esports on the top in the top lane, Just Storming in the jungle, Matzi mid laner, Casino ADC So Amusing, and support LHE Dark Prince. So new teams here for the league. Not many people that we recognize here from the Spring Split at all. And with that, we'll just jump straight into picks and bans here for DoV Chaos. They are banning out Darius, Garen, Kaisa. The blank ban there is actually an Ezreal and a Caitlyn. So a lot of focus to top and ADC positions on the side of Prismatic. They are banning out Varus, Thresh, Rumble, Trundle, and Talia. So a bit more spread out there in terms of ban. Now, in terms of picks here, DoV Chaos going with the Shen in the top lane, Misfortune Brum for the bot lane, Sejuani in the jungle, and Orianna as their mid laner. So fairly standard composition here. Solid AoE team fight. They've got a good split pusher in Shen, able to use Stand United to get around, protect their team. So really solid composition coming out of DoV Chaos. Textbook here. On the side of Prismatic, a bit more of a mixed bag. We've got Graves into the jungle, Mordekaiser into the top lane, Pyke and Ashe bot lane, and Veigar in the mid lane. Now, in terms of composition, there's not a lot of synergy here for the side of Prismatic. They're also going to be lacking themselves a true tank here. Tankiest member on their team going to beat that Mordekaiser with his shield and sustain. But besides that, Graves will get a little bit tanky, but everybody else is going to be really squishy for the side of Prismatic. They will have really solid engage here, though. They do have the Pyke hook, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow from Ashe to start things off, as well as the Event Horizon, the Baby Cage coming out of Veigar as well. So we'll be able to control these fights here, but do have to be very careful from those engages from the Sejuani, the taunt, pardon me, from Shen, or the Glacial Fissure from Braum. So will definitely be an interesting matchup in team fights. It's looking like a lot of comfort picks here on the side of Prismatic, and I think that will be what this game really comes down to. It will be composition versus comfort picks, while the side of Chaos, a lot of these champions very strong in the current gold elo meta here with the team fighting, but they're not exactly champions which are necessarily the most played champions, most comfortable for these players here. But on the side of Prismatic, these are comfort picks, so definitely expect Prismatic to be the ones coming out in the laning phase, because if they can't win in the laning phase, they're definitely going to have problems in the mid game here. And with that, we are going to be transitioning into Summoner's Rift. And the Demacian League here, all 4 teams that we have currently in the league are new teams. We've not seen them play at all on the Rift this split, and so that is going to be the DoV Chaos Prismatic that we're seeing now, as well as Imagine Wagons and War Mother's Children that we will be watching later at about 5 p.m. Eastern. So this will be the first glimpse we're looking at it, and there is potentially more teams to join here in the Demacian League. So definitely a very interesting league to keep track of here. And we are seeing a level 1 invade right off the bat. They will get spotted out by So Amusing. So a good volley there just to show that they knew the invade was coming. And that will force DoV Chaos back off to their own jungle here. And the side of Prismatic, they also get a deep vision ward here onto the Raptor pit. We'll be able to track Sonic Abs a little better in terms of where he's looking to go here. And when we look at the individual lanes here, I think on the side of Prismatic, they do actually have the initiative here in most of the lanes, except maybe the mid lane. Top lane, Mordekaiser versus Shen, and we've seen similar matchups to this before. Generally speaking, the Mordekaiser tends to find small leads, small advantages for themselves here. So I am expecting Just Storming to take advantage of that top lane in isolation. In terms of junglers, Graves, a very, very strong current meta jungler, especially in the solo queue. Very good at dueling, very safe wave clear, very strong ganks as well. Sejuani on the other side has a ton of CC, so will be able to assist the lanes there, but a lot of damage does have to come out of the lanes, and will struggle a bit in the 1v1, so we might see Matsi getting a little aggressive here, invading the jungle, seeing if he can try and slow Sonic Abs down. In the mid lane, I think this is the only real winning lane here for the side of DoV Chaos. Orianna, very, very strong laner, very, very safe laner. Only thing she has to watch out for really is the mana as well as ganks against the Veigar, who traditionally considered a very weak early laner here. So will struggle a little bit. Bot lane, the bot laners have hit level 2, and we see Dark Prince going in. Has to be careful. Takes a turret shot. If he gets stand up here, he might go down. Playkeeper going to flash in to get that last auto, but then has to hop back out because Dolphin just getting absolutely hammered here in the bot lane. Going to have to burn the flash and heal to keep himself alive, and that's going to be everything except the ignite down for the side of DoV Chaos in that bot lane. And they do have to be careful. These hooks from Dark Prince are on point right now, completely pressuring Plague Keeper and Dolphin. And they do have to be careful. They are taking a lot of damage here. So Amusing also a little bit low on health, but he can just stay back and poke with that volley, letting Dark Prince be the one to be aggressive, stand out in that lane, draw pressure there and try and get damage down. So definitely something that the side of Prismatic has going for them. Now top lane, we do see Sonic Abs looking for that early gank. We'll get the stun down onto Just Storming. The shield though on Mordekaiser will keep him healthy enough, and now Matsi has arrived. Will go and does have the red buff applied, and they're gonna be able to pick up first blood for themselves. Just Storming gonna be the one getting that now. Casino roaming up there, the Event Horizon coming down, and they do pick themselves up 2 kills in the top lane. A beautiful roam from Casino to that top lane. Very, very unexpected from the side of DoV Nightfall. They thought, DoV Chaos, pardon me. They thought it was going to be a 2v2 at worst. And then Casino shows up and everything just goes horribly awry for them. Now Matsi and Just Storming still in that top lane. Just getting some damage on the turret. Did not manage to get themselves a plate, but that's still a lot of pressure put down into that top lane there. And that will help Casino out quite a bit in that mid lane as well. It is a bit of a rough lane for him to try and go against Orianna. We're seeing him go really, really low now, and Judas potentially gonna get the kill here. Yes, she can. Aerie gonna be the one to finish that off. Just a little bit of damage was required, and she will, and Judas will be able to get himself the kill there. Now we see a teleport coming into the bot lane. It's gonna be Just Storming. He's looking for the kill. Can he get it? Maybe he can. No, just stopped a little bit there by the stun. Sonic Abs saving his life, but can Sonic Abs save his own life? No, he can't. Just Storming wants a kill. He doesn't care who he gets it on. And he will be able to pick Sonic Abs up. Dolphin and Plague Keeper being forced off that bot lane extremely, extremely low. And that's 2 teleports burned there from Prismatic, as Casino also teleporting to that bot lane, looking to try and pick something up for himself as well. Well played from the side of Prismatic. They're reacting really well to these proactive ganks from the side of DoV Chaos. And DoV Chaos now a bit of finding themselves in a bit of a hole here, about 1,700 gold down at 5 minutes. That's a sizable lead, and not to mention they're losing a ton of plates right now. So Amusing and Dark Prince able to pick 3 plates up for themselves in that bot lane. It's going to be a ton of gold for them. So Amusing is going to be able to base and just pick up a BF sword right away at 5.5 minutes. That's really early timing for a BF sword, and that will give them continued lane advantage in that bot lane. They already had priority with the Pyke, able to initiate the fights whenever they land a hook, full up with the stun, able to pick out Plague Keeper and just get the poke down. But now with that BF sword, the trades are going to go that much more in favor of Prismatic. So really solid early lead, and now Casino finding himself in a potentially dangerous situation here. Beautiful command shockwave as Judas hits level 6 first, going in on SSJR there. Will find themselves a kill onto Casino. And I like the proactive roams we're seeing here from both teams. Casino knowing he's struggling a bit, but now in the bot lane, Matsi getting caught out a little bit here. I think he wasn't paying attention, didn't realize that Plaguekeeper was right there, and now he's going on to Plaguekeeper 1v1 while Dolphin is trying to handle Dark Prince here. Plaguekeeper has to be careful, taking a lot of damage. Sonic Abs and Judas going down as well, and now it's so amusing who has to be careful is getting caught out, and Judas is going to be able to pick up the kill there. He's now 3-0. Matsi running for his life. Can they get more CC? No, they can't. Still a very, very solid roam that we were just talking about. This time coming up from Judas, assisting his bot lane and jungler, and they even up the kill score here. 3 for 3. The gold lead still in favor of Prismatic right now from all the plates they managed to pick up. And the mid laners here, Judas, Casino, both roaming a ton into their side lanes. They aren't really interacting that much in the mid lane. Half the time they're out of those lanes, and Casino taking advantage of this time to even up the CS a bit, trying to catch up. He was getting bullied out a little bit, and now Matsi returning to that bot lane, wants to return the favor from Sonic Abs. They find Dolphin, and Dolphin just gonna go down with the hooks there from Dark Prince doing work, and that's before Dark Prince is even level 6. He doesn't have the Pike Execute just yet, so imagine when he does manage to unlock that death from below, the Execute there. Top lane, just Storming, starting to take over. We did say Mordekaiser generally winning that matchup, and right now Just Storming 3-0-1 right now. Not just winning it, but absolutely obliterating SSJR in lane, getting 15 CS lead with all those kills as well. It's just going to make it so hard for SSJR. And in his pocket, he's got about 1,800, just under 2,000 gold for himself. So Nick's back here will most likely see Just Storming pick up his first completed item. Cloud Drake going down there. That's going to be first Drake going the way of Prismatic Esports. Matsi managing to solo that one down. And that will give a nice cooldown reduction to the side of Prismatic Esports. And now that they are about to unlock all their ultimates, everybody except the bot lane right now have access to that ultimates. But the bot lane, I think, is where the ultimates are going to affect a lot of things here, because that will give the Enchanted Crystal Arrow along with the Death from Below, increasing the strength of Prismatic significantly. And on the side of DOP Chaos, that will also unlock the Bullet Time Glacial Fissure combo, so they could potentially burst down Dark Prince if he tries to initiate once they get the Glacial Fissure there for themselves. And in the mid lane, Casino and Judas just kind of going at each other here, trying to sort of find a lead, and we do see the junglers in the area an awful lot. Not a lot of ganks necessarily going down, but a lot of attention being paid there. Now Sonic Abs gonna get a beautiful Glacial Prison down. Unfortunately, the command shockwave a little bit too late. Casino able to flash himself to safety, and Casino will be able to remain alive despite a very good gank attack from Sonic Abs. There we go. That's the level 6 Enchanted Crystal Arrow coming out. Will finish Plaguekeeper off. Plaguekeeper not respecting the damage that can come out there, especially with that BF sword. The volley Enchanted Crystal Arrow able to tag him under his own turret, and he's gonna go down. That will force Dolphin to be extremely careful right now, because he's not terribly healthy either. The Execute not available right now from Dark Prince is down right now, but does have the Ignite. And we do see here Judas roaming towards that bot side. Will not find Dark Prince, as Dark Prince is just going to back off real quick there, feeling like something is amiss. They might not have seen Judas roaming downwards, but Matsi and Just Storming going to take advantage of this time, pick themselves up the Herald, and they're going to give it over to Just Storming instead of Matsi. So we should be seeing Shelly come down in the top lane sometime soon here. It's extremely low, only 1 and a bit plates left on it, so it's going to be an easy take for the side of Prismatic for their first turret. And we see here Matsi too looking to potentially get a kill. Nope, he's just going to proxy here, push out SSJR. They want to take this turret here without too much opposition. And that's going to be first turret going Prismatic's Esports way. 10 minutes and 45 seconds into the game here, and they're putting the pedal to the metal, and they're just applying pressure right now all across the map. And this is a sign, the hallmark of a good team. They know when they've got the lead, and they know how to push it. And lots of movement here. They're not finding themselves locked into the lane, just going for the extended laning phase. No, instead they're pushing the advantages and they're spreading it out all across the map. Every lane except the mid lane right now going the way of Prismatic Esports. Top lane, a huge discrepancy. 2,400 gold discrepancy there in the top lane. In the jungle, about 1,000 already at 11.5 minutes. That's absolutely massive for junglers. In the mid lane, Casino down about 700 gold to Judas, but that's the only lane that's really down. Bot lane, another large advantage of about 1,000 gold for both ADC and support there. And starting to show in the items here in the top lane. Just Storming picked up the Rylai's as well as the Haunting Guides to only the Spirit, the Spectre's Cowl from SSJR. So just a little bit of magic resistance, and that's going to be largely negated. Now bot lane, Sonic Abs in the area. The Glacier Fissure misses, but the Glacial Prison misses, but the Glacial Fissure will land in there. Looking to try and get the stuns down onto Dark Prince. They've got both just one auto away, but Dark Prince, a good flash will keep him alive, and that's going to be so amusing going down with all the summoners burnt as well. And Dark Prince has to be careful. He might not want to stay around here. I'm not sure he can defend this turret alone, but he's not going to be alone. We see the teleport coming out from Just Storming. He's going to use the teleport speed buff, but Dark Prince might have jumped the gun a little bit. Will go down under his own turret. Matsy coming in from the jungle as well. They will be able to pick Dolphin Judas up. SSJR using the Stand United to join the team there, but he will be dragged into the Death Realm right away by Just Storming. Matsy able to use collateral damage to pick up his counterpart Sonic Abs there. Now looking to pick up SSJR as well. It's going to be Just Storming picking up the kill, and it's going to be a 3-for-2 at the end of it here in favor of Prismatic Gaming. And they're going to pick themselves up the turret here in the bot side as well. So a huge win for Prismatic Gaming as they open up the lead even further, just shy of 6,000 gold at 13 minutes. I think the last time we saw a lead this large was last night when we saw Glacial Inferno have a disconnect against MG Nitro. So Prismatic just going hard right now against DoV Chaos. And with that, they also managed to pick themselves up the second Drake of the game. This one, the Ocean Drake, which will definitely benefit them a lot, as every time they rotate, they will have some time where they're out of combat and will be able to regenerate some of that health there for themselves, keep themselves topped up, especially in these protracted sieges. And now it looks like they're going to go for the last standing outer turret here into the mid lane. And Judas has to be careful here. He gets picked right into the event horizon, and he's going to get bursted down. Primordial Burst coming out. They don't even need the execute from Pyke. They have so many ways of absolutely just popping someone right now. And Ash already completing the Essence Reaver quite early here into the game. Dolphin Judas quite far behind in terms of items. So we'll have to be careful in these fights. Casino hasn't quite completed his first item yet, looking like it's going to be the GLP. But doesn't need to when the rest of his team is so far ahead. They can set him up for that Primordial Burst, which does kill off missing health. And now Dark Prince has to be careful. He is a little far up here, and he is going to get collapsed on. Sonic Abs going in, but a beautiful stun to help him run away. And he's healing up with that the invisibility there from Pyke, as well as the Ocean Drake. Somehow manages to sneak out alive despite getting collapsed on there. And you are the side of DoV Chaos right now. It's a bit complicated what you're going to do, but that's a good start as the command Shockwave manages to pick Dark Prince up. Well played from Judas to try and find his team some leads. They're for the mid lane. They could look to push here, but instead they're backing off. They don't know where Matsy might be. It's all squishies though right now in the mid lane, so they could potentially dive. They still have the Glacial Fissure and Glacial Prison available. And when you're facing such an aggressive team like Prismatic Esports, who knows when to push their leads, you need to take a bit of chance here if you're DoV Chaos, because if you just sit back and let Prismatic dictate the pace of the game, you're going to start losing objectives on the map. We see Just Storming continuing the pressure that top lane. Already has the inner turret extremely low, down to just under 450 health there. So could go down quite easily, and that was Shelly getting the second charge off earlier. And now in the mid lane, they're sieging this up, and if you just let them continue pressuring, they can find kills here. As Plague once more getting caught. The execute comes down, but it misses. And they do not get the death from below, and now Matsy going in, does not have the collateral damage available. And so Platekeeper gonna be able to get out by the skin of his teeth, but that means he cannot defend this turret any further. We'll have to base. Now top lane, Just Storming able to pick up the inner turret for himself, has dragged SSJR into the death realm. 1v1, there's nowhere for him to go. And he's now dominating 6-0-2 and just taking over the game here from the top lane. This is something we see a lot right now in the Coalition. The top laners just taking over and no assistance being provided to them. SSJ are just stuck in this hell of a top lane, hell of a 1v1 right now, and he's not able to do anything against the Mordekaiser. And this was a first picked Shen for the side of DoV Chaos. So they were confident enough to just blind pick it, and now they must be regretting their choice here, as he's really struggling against Just Storming, not even able to stand united or teleport to any of the other lanes, because if he does, he loses a turret. And that situation is going to be made worse now as Prismatic pick up their second Herald of the game. Once more, going to give it over to Just Storming. And Prismatic have their winning formula right here. They just need to keep split pushing. Let Just Storming, who's so far ahead, pick a lane, sit in it, apply pressure. And it's so hard to gank a Mordekaiser, because a 2v1 is never really a 2v1. No matter how many people you throw at him, he can temporarily convert it to a 1v1. And so when he's so far ahead, he'll always be able to trade his life for someone else's as well. There's no QSS tax yet being paid from the side of DoV Chaos. And if you don't pay your taxes, when the Mordekaiser comes for you, you will suffer. In that way, they're quite similar to the American tax system there. They will hunt you down and they will make you pay for it when you don't keep up with your taxes. And now Casino in that bot lane, able to look for some farm. He's the furthest behind on his team right now in terms of gold. Only the support behind him there, but Dark Prince still able to find kills for himself and his team. So taking advantage of this time to try and catch some CS, get a couple more stacks, but he has to be careful. If he overextends, that's a Viger. He's got no innate escapes. He does have the flash available, but looks like he's just gonna base, and the side of Prismatic gonna set themselves up for the Drake here, the Mountain Drake coming up. And Dark Prince knows no fear. He's just hooking whoever he wants. He doesn't care, isn't worried that they'll try and engage onto him, because the side of DoV Chaos right now don't have enough vision. Their wards keep getting cleared out. Prismatic doing really well to make sure that there's very little vision where they are. They only really have eyes on So Amusing and Just Storming, but Just Storming has the teleport available, can rejoin his team. And there is the pink, which will now get cleared out as well. The dragon being taken, they can see it ticking down. Bullet time coming across. Sonic Abs going in, but he won't be able to find it. It's going to be So Amusing instead picking that one up. Sonic Abs didn't even have the time to use his smite. Will go in, trying for the Hail Mary, will not find it. Instead, will go down, gifting the kill over the way of Prismatic. And now Just Storming has the top turret low enough. Gonna drag SSJR straight into the death realm. Has Shelly to take the turret instead. SSJR just trying to find his way out right now at the edges of the death realm. Will end up going down. There's no way he can run mid lane. Judas getting popped there by So Amusing and Dark Prince. It's a 2v1 between really high burst champions. So Dolphin Judas not quite able to find it, but he did get it quite low. And Shelly going to get a second charge off into the Nexus turret. Has dropped it right away to about 250 health. That's really low. Again, base turrets do regenerate over time, so that includes Nexus turrets and inhibitor turrets. So if they can't keep pressuring that turret, it will regenerate. And that's why Just Storming going to continue sitting in that top lane. Going to continue looking to try and apply pressure, take down that turret before it can regenerate. Prismatic just not giving DoV Chaos any time to breathe here. And now Just Storming going after Dolphin Judas. Has to be careful though, tanking up that turret quite a bit, and he's getting collapsed on by the entirety of DoV Chaos. He's got a 700 gold bounty on him, so when he goes down, he's going to give quite a bit of gold over. And right now, it's not when, it's a question of who gets it, and it's going to be Judas going to be the one to pick that up. And Judas doing really well considering the state of his team. He's 5-2-0 and has the second highest CS on his team. The only one on his team to breach 7,000 gold, and still ahead of his lane counterpart Casino there. And Judas will likely be the way they come back into the game here. They do have a very solid teamfight AoE damage composition. The command shockwave into a bullet time can do a lot of work, and we've all seen what happens when Orianas get a 5-man command shockwave into dissonance. It can be absolutely nightmarish there. So can definitely swing a fight quite easily if he gets fed. And that's what we'll have to watch to see if Judas can find that 5-man ultimate, or at least 3-man onto the squishies, onto the carries. They're so amusing. Casino, Matsi, all the sustained damage coming out. And it looks like Prismatic now setting up for the Baron. This might be the last chance here for DoV Chaos. They need to get a pick with an advantage, or they will not be able to win the fight. We see the teleport coming up, just storming. He's going to go straight into DoV Chaos's base, and this is going to be a really hard decision now for the side of DoV Chaos. Do they stop the Baron take, or do they lose their Nexus turrets? A beautiful command shockwave, but it gets flashed out, only really finding Matsi there. And Darkprin's going to go down as he dives the back line. The bullet time able to just rake across, finds So Amusing, finds Casino, and now Matsi running with the Ignite ticking on him there, trying to survive. Will get picked up. The Winter's Bite from Plagued Keepers there will take him down, and that's a one fight for DoV Chaos. They win that with 2 left alive, but now Plagued Keeper caught basing will go down here to just storming. He's tanky, but that will just buy him time. The shield AoE damage from Mordekaiser will take him down, and from what was a good win for DoV Chaos, they're gonna go even 4 kills apiece here with only the top laners left alive. And DoV Chaos in the midst of that did lose the Nexus turret as well. Just Storming able to finish that off, which is what he meant to do when he teleported into their base there. And that will slow this game down a little bit, give DoV Chaos a bit of breathing room. They can try and farm up the minions, shove out the waves a bit. They still have the ward on Baron there for the next minute or so, so that will buy them a bit of time, bit of vision. We'll know if the Baron gets started up in the meantime, but they still have to be careful because the Drake is coming up as well, and that will be so Drake. It's going to be Mountain if Prismatic can get their hands on it. Would benefit DoV Chaos a little bit if they can get their hands on it, but I think more than them trying to get the Mountain buff, it's more just trying to deny it from the side of Prismatic Esports, and that will unfortunately give Prismatic the ability to pick which objective they want to go for. Both are absolutely massive for them, and it's unlikely DoV Chaos is going to be able to steal the Baron in the meantime here. Dark Prince just doing so much damage with Matsi. They're half healthing Sonic Abs. That is one of the tanks for the side of DoV Chaos, but they're so far behind the curve right now. Only has the Cinder Hull completed. Looking like he's trying to build the Gargoyle Stoneplate, but no other health items. And now it's going to be Plague Keeper getting caught out here. Death from below. Not going to be able to finish him, but the collateral damage will. And that's going to be one person down right away. Casino now dueling with Judas on the side, but neither of them have quite enough damage right now. Casino not able to land his skill shots. Judas using the command shockwave early means he won't have it available for the fight. And they're just going to have to give this Mountain Drake up, and that's going to be Mountain so for Prismatic. Nothing DoV Chaos can do about it for now. And at this point, if you're DoV Chaos, I'm really not sure if there's anything you can do to try and come back into the game. All you can really do is stall out and hope, pray that Prismatic make a mistake here and end up giving up a major objective or giving up a ton of kills, because they're just so far ahead. 11,000 gold lead at 25 minutes here. Their items, they're just so far ahead as well, and they do have the late game skilling. That's a Vigar here who can skill extremely well into the late game the longer it goes. We've seen how much damage Pikes can do as well once they get a couple of items under the belt. Already have the Umbral Glaive and the Yomu's Ghostblade. A lot of lethality there, and not a lot of armor coming out yet on the side of DoV Chaos, really just on the Sejuani there, as well as a bit onto the Braum. They're just not tanky enough, and executes require true health in a way to sort of negate them. And now they're getting caught by the Event Horizon. A beautiful command shockwave catches 4, but there's no damage on that. The bullet time now coming across, but Sonic App goes down. It's just Storming shows up into the backlines, off to the sides there. And that's Judas down already. Dolphin running, last one left alive for his team as SSJR gets taken down as well. Trying to buy time for his team, running into 4. And this might be the beginning of the end, as Prismatic gonna go and pick themselves up Baron. Just Storming gonna go and get himself the inhibitor as well. He's gonna start the push here while his team picks up that Baron buff. Dolphin has to be careful. If he steps too close, gets hit by a claw, he might go down here to Just Storming. Just Storming level 16, Dolphin only level 12, so huge level discrepancy here. Just Storming just way too far ahead of everybody in the game. Next closest being Matsi and Casino at level 14 here. So he's a full 2 levels ahead of anybody else and a full 3 against anybody on the side of DoV Chaos. And with the Baron buff, they were already winning all the fights before. Prismatic should have no problem pushing in here, taking whichever inhibitor they really please. The mid lane inhibitor turret fairly low right now, just under, I'd say, about 20% health there. With an Ashe there, they would have no problem taking that down. Just need a couple of autos. And with the burned up minions as well, the Siege Cannon is going to be able to do a lot of damage onto that turret. But it looks like for now, Prismatic a bit slow trying to decide what they want to do. It's looking like a 2-2-1 split right now. And that's a very risky split for them. 2 people will not be able to survive a 5-man dive. And they've sent Just Storming to the top lane. Gonna let him continue pushing in there. Matsi gonna rejoin his team. So it's looking more like a 1-3-1 now. And they've sent Casino on his own to the bot lane. While Matsi, So Amusing, and Dark Prince look to push the mid lane. And we had said in the picks and bans, this would be a question of composition versus comfort. And it looks like comfort picks definitely taking this one here in game 1. As Prismatic just really knowing the limits of their champions. Dark Prince though, going a little too deep there, will get caught out. And Matsi as well, going to get hit up by the Glacial Prison. Going to take a bit of damage. Will have to flash himself to safety, but that has bought time for Just Storming to take down that top lane inhibitor. And now all 4 collapsing onto him. So Amusing and Matsi looking to potentially go and help him out here. Somehow Just Storming staying alive in the midst of all of that. Potentially going to take Sonic Cabs out in the Death Realm. That's insane. It's a 1v4, 1v5, and he finds a kill. Command Shockwave coming in. We'll be able to stall them for a bit longer, but SSG are going to go down to Matsi. He's going to be able to pick up Dolphin as well. Now Plague has to be careful. The Unbreakable does reduce damage, but he's still taking significant amounts of it. And that's going to be 3 men, down for the side of DoV Chaos. Prismatic gonna win this one handily here. 28-36, the final time on this game. 26-12, the final score. Well played from the side of Prismatic Esports. It just looks so dominant from start to finish here. Really, it looked like DoV Chaos kind of got just T-boned here in this game. Sideswipe didn't see it coming and didn't know how to respond. They just let Just Storming completely take over the game here at level 17. Next closest is level 15. He's got a full 3-level lead towards the end of the game, and they threw 5 people at him, still could not kill him. He ended up taking down Sonic Abs there in the last fight, 1v5. I think going into game 2 here, DoV Chaos gonna have to decide how they want to deal with this. What can they really do to try and handle this? I think first of all, they might want to start looking at the Mordekaiser ban instead of the Darius or Garen, or perhaps the ADCs. They threw 3 bans at ADCs here: Kai'Sa, Ezreal, Caitlyn. And I think maybe they need to throw more against Just Storming, because while So Amusing brought a lot of utility and damage, really it was that top lane that carried the match here for the side of Prismatic Esports. And just really well played from Prismatic Esports. If this is the way they can play this series, I'm expecting this to be a short 2-0 here if they can keep this up in game 2. And with that, we are going to head into a short intermission break here while we prepare for game 2. And we'll see you all in a couple of minutes.